Hello my dear students, today we will start with OCM. In that we have already started topic number 4, forms of business organization part 1. Today we will discuss cooperative society. So dear students, what is cooperative society? First of all, cooperative organization is nothing but it is a voluntary association of individuals. That means here anyone can join irrespective of any caste, creed or religion. Then the main intention of this cooperative society is nothing but to achieve certain economic objective, right? Then it is basically the organization is service oriented. That means the you can see other type of organization like sole trading, partnership. All these organizations are profit oriented. That means they are giving more importance to profit, their main intention to earn profit. But cooperative organization is service oriented. Clear? And the objective or the principle of cooperative society is each for all and all for each. Then later on we will discuss definition of cooperative society according to Indian Cooperative Society Act 1912. So cooperative society is a society which has its objective for the promotion of economic interest of its members. Clear? In accordance with cooperative principles. That means here the main objective is for the promotion of economic interest for its members. Then later on we will discuss features of cooperative society. Clear? Number 1 is voluntary association and open membership. Dear students, here any person can become the member of cooperative society. There will be no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, etc. for membership. That means here any person can become the member of cooperative society. Then second point we will discuss democratic principle. Right? Democratic principle, that means this society is based on democracy. Here all the decisions are taken on majority basis. Clear? That means one member, one vote. Here one member is allowed to give only one vote. It is the rule for voting. Then according to the rules and regulations of Cooperative Society Act, meetings are arranged by the society. The next point we will see management. The management of cooperative society is in the hands of managing committee of members. They are the elected representative of shareholders. Clear? That means here people will come together as a shareholder. Clear? Then among that shareholders one committee is formed, and that committee is responsible to manage the cooperative organization. Clear? So the committee members look after day-to-day administration of society. The next we can see registration. Here registration of cooperative society is compulsory. That means strictly we have to follow the rules and regulations which is laid down by Indian Cooperative Society Act 1912 and the respective state cooperative societies act. Dear students, basically every state has its own cooperative society act. Clear? If I am talking about Maharashtra, then Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act will be followed. Then here to form a cooperative society we require minimum 10 members. Clear? Just like sole trading. In sole trading we require only single person. If I'm talking about partnership firm, then in partnership firm we require minimum 2 and maximum 50. And here we can say in cooperative society we require minimum 10 members and maximum unlimited. Clear? The next point we will see separate legal status. Clear? After registration, every cooperative society is considered as a separate legal entity before the law. That means it can enter into contract, purchase property, open a bank account in its name, etc. The shareholders and managing committee members are not responsible for the transaction. Clear? That means in any case if there is any problem, then they are answerable to the court on behalf of the society. The next point we will see limited liability. Clear? Here the liability of every shareholder of cooperative society is limited. That means here their personal property will not be affected. The liability is up to the unpaid amount of value of shares purchased by them. Then next point we will see number of members. Clear? I told you that how many members are required to form cooperative society. We require minimum 10 members for the formation of cooperative society, and there is no limit for maximum. The next we can see equal voting rights. Right. Every member gets equal rights in cooperative society as a shareholder. I told you that every member will give a vote, and the members only, each member will give only one vote. Clear, irrespective of any shares held by them. For example, in joint stock company, if a shareholder is having a 10 shares, then he can give 10 number of votes. But here it is a democratic principle. Cooperative society follow democratic principle. That means only one member will give only one vote. The next point is service motive. I told you that cooperative society provide various services to its member. Its main object is to provide services to the society. Clear? Then goods are here, the goods are available at lowest rate for its member. Clear, students? Then later on we will see merits of cooperative society. What are the advantages of cooperative society? Number one point is democratic management. Democratic management, I told you that the principle of cooperative organization is one member, one vote. Clear, the number of members are large, they are scattered over the regions. Clear. So here the managing committee, that means shareholders elect their representatives, they are called as managing committee, and their main work is to do is to look after the day-to-day management of the society. The next point we will see open membership. The membership of a cooperative society is voluntary and open to all. That means here we will not follow any discrimination. Any person of any caste, creed or religion can purchase shares of cooperative society and become a member of it. The next point we will see less operating expenses. Right, the cost of operation is low in cooperative society. No middlemen are involved. There are no advertisement expenses. Managing committee members provide honorary services. Clear. The next point we will see limited liability. The liability of shareholder of cooperative society is limited. Clear. If I'm talking about sole trader, the liability of sole trader is unlimited. What about partnership? The partnership liability is unlimited, joint and several. But in this case, the liability of cooperative society members is limited. That means they have to pay only the unpaid amount. Clear. The next point we will see tax concession. Cooperative society plays an important role in the economic and social development of the country. The government gives many concessions to them, like exemption of payment of income tax up to a certain limit. Clear, this helps to increase the profit of the society. And the last point in merits, self-financing and charity. As per the latest Amendment Act of Cooperative Society, society can pay maximum 15% dividend to its member. Clear. Therefore, remaining surplus is used for self-financing. Some amount of profit is utilized for charity purpose, social activities, and for the growth of cooperative society. So, dear students, what we have learned today, we have learned cooperative society. In that we have learned the meaning and definition of cooperative society, features of cooperative society and merits of cooperative society. That's all for today, my dear students. In my next lecture we will come with new concept. Thank you.